Look at that. He's got a steak and pasta in the same plate. Who does that? I'm already angry.
Two amazing chefs. Now, I'm no chef. I'm a good home cook.
Well, we know that. You're a cake boss. But these guys are chefs. They work at your restaurants. I'm not coming, man. You don't even know how to make carbonara. How can you make mac and cheese?
We've got fontina and smoked mozzarella.
Okay, so that's for the mac and cheese. What are the peas doing there? Who wants peas in mac and cheese? Who wants peas in carbonara? Only Gordon Ramsay. Are you cooking for Gordon Ramsay?
Oh,
In this video, we are reacting to the cake boss, the famous cake boss, making mac and cheese carbonara. Mannaggia. First, he made a terrible carbonara, and I reacted to, and that made me really angry. And now, he's making mac and cheese carbonara. Can you be more creative than that? Like, be creative like you're making a cake? Why do you have to destroy Italian food? And why do you have to make me angry? What makes me happy about this is that only 33,000 people watched this terrible video in 4 years' time. So that's a good sign, which means you guys are not up for this. You want good quality food. Bravi. The cake boss makes mac and cheese carbonara. I never heard of this. Never. Baddies kitchen. Look at that. He's got a steak and pasta in the same plate. Who does that? Vergognati, be ashamed. You guys don't do that. 2023, learn how to eat. You don't put meat like a steak and the pasta in the same plate. Have your pasta first, and then you finish. You get up, you go and get the meat and put in your plate. Don't put it together. What is that? What is that? Are you a primary school? Are you a daycare, preschool? What is this? Kids do this. Makes me angry. And I'm sorry if I offend you. I'm sorry if that's what you do. But you don't do it. You have your dish first, then you have another dish. Have you heard about courses? I'm already angry.
Welcome to Buddy V's Kitchen.
Ma che welcome, I'm already angry. Look at the ingredients there.
And I am so excited today because I got two amazing chefs. Now, I'm no chef. I'm a good home cook.
Well, we know that. You're a cake boss. But these guys are chefs. They work at your restaurants. I'm not coming, man. I'm sorry, bro. But you don't do that. Okay? Mac and cheese carbonara. You don't even know how to make carbonara. How can you make mac and cheese? You don't even know how to make carbonara. How can you make mac and cheese carbonara?
We got my chef and partner, Kim Cantawella, and we have our executive chef, the infamous Brian Forgione.
Aspetta, Forgione, not Forgione. And the other thing is, not French, is it? The other thing I was gonna say, if you guys make mac and cheese carbonara in your restaurant, you will never see me in there.
With these two guys, not only have I learned so much about being in a restaurant and understanding the business and just great cooking tips, but
Yeah, all right, show me how to make this dish, come on.
it's been a pleasure because these are two awesome guys. Well, what are you guys going to show us how to make?
I'm glad you guys have a good connection. It is important to support each other in the kitchen because working in the kitchen is not easy, okay? And to be honest, I've done it and I don't want to do it anymore because it's very hard. And if you don't work with the right team, it's hard. If you don't work with the right food, it's hard. And if the client might complain on the wrong day, at the wrong time, oh man, it's going to affect your life, okay? I worked in the kitchen in London for over 1 year. And that was too much for me. It was just too much because you are under pressure all the time. Everyone is angry. Everyone is in a rush. You're stuck in the kitchen, and the pressure is so high. And it's not like when you're in the kitchen in your house where you cook with calm. You can really put so much love and passion in it. You need to do the dish like in 2 seconds, like in no time. Like I have to, the pasta has to go out in less than 2 minutes. I'm stressing out. Sorry, I want my pasta to take time. You know. So be a chef, guys, it's hard. So when you go to the restaurants, just be a little bit more patient and don't put pressure in the kitchen. The kitchen is there to cook for you, okay? Okay, the kitchen needs time. Don't put pressure because it's not easy to cook for lots of people.
So we're doing one of our favorite dishes, one of my son's favorite dishes. mac and cheese carbonara.
Okay, your son's favorite dish, but you don't make this for the restaurant, right?
I mean, I'm 38, I have 3 kids, 19, 17, 3 years old. Everybody loves mac and cheese.
Okay, you like mac and cheese, but why do you have to make mac and cheese carbonara? Can you just make mac and cheese for your kids?
I think mac and cheese is a special place in most
Everyone.
families'
I
hearts,
think
right?
that's my wife's favorite. I think it's my sister Lisa's favorite.
It's so sad. It's so sad. You guys are so proud about that. Huh? Okay, mac and cheese is all right. Yeah, it's nice. But there are so many other beautiful dishes out there. We're talking about pastas. There are hundreds of top quality pastas, dishes, recipes, before you mention mac and cheese. You've been talking about mac and cheese for the last 2 minutes. This makes me sad.
I could go on favorites. It is such an interesting twist on mac and cheese, and the best part about it for me is the breadcrumbs on top. It just gives it that crunch. You know, it's that texture.
Why we're not talking about spaghetti vongole, or we're talking about my famous cherry tomatoes pasta, or spaghetti alla carrettiera? Yeah, that's right. What is it? Spaghetti alla carrettiera is probably the easiest pasta on the planet, and it's a lot better than mac and cheese. What about 4 cheeses gnocchi? What about Manona gnocchi? What about spaghetti mini meatballs, the authentic way? What about cacio e pepe? What about amatriciana? What about ravioli in butter and sage? Or even ravioli with cream. Yes, do cream ravioli. It's better than this.
And we start with a little pancetta bacon.
Italian bacon, who doesn't like?
Aspetta, pancetta bacon, I'm confused. It's pancetta or bacon? Huh? So pancetta is the belly, like the bacon. A bacon normally is smoked, pancetta is cured, okay? I want to see if it's good quality or not.
Like bacon, right? I mean, I think the combination of doing bacon and mac and cheese and all that is very classic.
This is going to give us that smoky flavor.
It's not smoked. We don't want smoked bacon. We want pancetta, which is not smoked. It's cured. You use guanciale for carbonara.
Carbonara, very classically, there's a few flavor components that you always want to hit. You know, we're using pancetta, but classically you use guanciale, which
Okay, bravissimo, bravo, he knows.
is cured pork cheeks. So it is kind of the same way of doing bacon, but they roll it up, which is what gives you that pinwheel effect. And it's
Heavy
just
cream.
classically salt and pepper.
Why are you putting cream? Is the cream in there now for the mac and cheese or for the carbonara? That's what I need to understand. Are you using the mac and cheese recipe? Because I see eggs in there, so I hope that this is not for the carbonara.
Pepper.
We're going to let this reduce. We're going to add our peas.
The pan is so hot, and he added the cream in such a hot pan.
We've got fontina and smoked mozzarella.
Okay, so that's for the mac and cheese. What are the peas doing there? Who wants peas in mac and cheese? Who wants peas in carbonara? Only Gordon Ramsay. Are you cooking for Gordon Ramsay?
Parmigiano
Parmesan.
Reggiano. We're usually actually American Grana Padano.
American Grana Padano? You know you can't do that, right? You know you can't say that. Parmigiano Grana Padano, they have to be made in Italy, okay? So if you use American Grana Padano, don't call it Grana Padano. Just call it Wisconsin cheese or something like that. I know Wisconsin is very good for cheese, so just call it Wisconsin Italian style cheese.
Which is just a different name for Parmesan. Comes from a specific region in Italy. So the American Grana Padano is made in the same fashion that you would make Parmigiano Reggiano.
A little bit different. I'm not going into details, but Parmigiano Reggiano and Grana Padano are 2 different products, even though they look the same, okay?
Adding a little bit of fresh peas here.
Yeah, so I'm standing in today for the kid. I'm kind of like his
Thank you.
stepson here.
What's the peas for? What are the peas doing in the cream?
Peas.
Thanks, buddy.
Terrible.
We partially cooked the cavatelli. We're going
Cavatelli, okay, partially cooked. I mean, you're doing a video here. You could have done it on the spot, right?
to blanch this right now, finish blanching it.
So again, sir, in the carbonara, you want to
I've never seen cavatelli carbonara, to be honest. First time. Cavatelli is a pasta that come from the east coast of Italy, Puglia, Molise, south of Abruzzo, and basically it's you know orecchiette. It's like orecchiette, but you don't make the orecchiette the ear look. You know, like you go in the orecchiette, you go out to form the ears. With the cavatelli, you go in. Okay, so it's like ear turned in. Okay.
Here's the provolone and smoked mozzarella.
Provolone is not mozzarella.
This will be a thickening agent and obviously a big flavoring agent for this great dish.
That's for the mac and cheese, right?
So we've got our pancetta, we've got our cracked black pepper, you know, and you also want to hit the cheese is obviously a big component in the carbonara flavors.
The cheese is the pecorino in the carbonara flavors. Okay, carbonara is pecorino, pepper, eggs, and guanciale. At the moment, there is no carbonara in that dish. Okay, there is no carbonara.
Using Parmigiano or American Grana, you can use Pecorino Romano. If
You can use pecorino romano. You must use pecorino romano. You wanna make it more delicate, you can add grana padano or parmigiano reggiano and mix it with the pecorino romano. But the pecorino romano gives you the carbonara flavor. You can even do 30% pecorino romano and 70% grana padano or parmigiano, but you do need the pecorino romano.
it's to your liking, which is made from sheep's milk, the American Grana is made from cow's milk.
Bravo, at least you know now, see? Sheep, to make pecorino. Grana padano parmigiano is made with cow's milk. So, moo!
And then we're going to be finishing it with our egg yolks. And those are your classic ingredients that you'll see in a carbonara dish.
What's the classic ingredient? Just the egg yolks?
Cavatelli going in. You use a little bit of the pasta water in there.
There's different types of cavatelli. If you're getting one, I recommend getting the ricotta cavatelli.
Ricotta cavatelli, that sounds good, I like it.
Black pepper, crushed black pepper, fresh.
Ricotta cavatelli is actually one of the first pasta dishes that I remember having as a kid.
Your family must be from Puglia. Can you toast that pasta, please?
And you know, it's tender. It's really the moisture holds up really well. The texture of it is just it's just a little bit different. You know,
Is the fire off? That's what I need to know. Is the flame off because it's about to put the eggs?
has a nice, clean, kind of soft texture to it, and the cheese just really pairs well. And obviously, it's
Che cazzo sta a fare with the egg? Ma che fai? Just put the whole eggs in there. You beat the eggs. Did you actually put pecorino in the eggs? It doesn't look like it. It looks like they just beat eggs. Did you actually make the pecorino cream for the carbonara?
a ricotta. It's a cheese pasta, and
Ma che sta a fare? He's making a cake.
we're going with a mac and cheese sauce, so they kind of go hand in hand.
There's about 1 egg yolk in there.
What is the point to make all these egg yolks if you don't use it? What are you doing in that?
With the eggs, you want to just fold the eggs in. You don't want to really cook the eggs. If you cook the eggs, you end up with a scrambled mac and cheese.
The flame was on, by the way. Look at that. I did say in my original carbonara video to have the flame very, very, very low. That's for beginners especially. Very, very low flame will actually help you to cook the egg to form the cream, okay? But here it's too high.
All right, black pepper. Right there.
Back pocket spoon, all right. Sign of a true chef.
Salt.
Salt's perfect. And you got to remember that too, when you're working with things like bacon or pancetta, it has its own salt that's going to blend into it. So
There's already a lot of salt, bravo. There's already a lot of salt in the guanciale and the pancetta, so you don't need too much salt in this dish, okay? The pasta is salty, so that made me realize that it must be salty what you make.
So you can use any kind of dish that's going to be suitable for how much mac and cheese you're making, if you're making it for yourself or if you're making it for a group. But these
I mean, he didn't even use much eggs, so how can you call this carbonara? There's like 1 egg yolk in there, that's what he said. They didn't even use pecorino, so there's a little amount of pepper. There's peas in there.
are cool little pans here. These are just little mini cast irons. You can find them at pretty much any...
Pour it in, pour it in, pour it in.
You want to have a dish that's going to go into the oven. That's part of you know, how we finish this dish off. Is
Pour it in. Look at the peas escaping. I don't belong here. I don't belong to this dish.
we're going to top it with the cheese and the breadcrumbs, and then we're going to gratin it in the oven.
Great Sunday dish.
Creamy.
Great Sunday dish. On Sunday I want to have something better. On Sunday I want to have my nonna lasagna. I want to have homemade gnocchi, ravioli, porchetta, and made pasta. Not this. Sunday? Please.
It's cheesy. You got you know, all the different flavors going on of sweet, salty. You know, it's
It looks cool, it looks creamy. How can you say not too creamy? But it's just cheating with cream. Peas.
it's really just a crowd pleaser. So if you like the people at your house, they will come back and they will visit you again.
Okay. Well, that's what you believe. I'm sorry for you guys.
Come on, give me something to do here. Parmesan.
Parmigiano.
Okay. Touch more of this smoked mozzarella, fontina, provolone.
Provolone. Now, you're putting breadcrumbs on top. That's that's nice, because when you bake it, the breadcrumbs gives very nice flavor.
You can do this, I recommend if you're doing it at home in your oven, you can put the broiler on. Your oven will be hot, but it'll also cook from the top down, which will help.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, everything is already cooked. So using the broiler, the grill, we call it in Australia, using the broiler, you basically cook the top, so you melt the cheese, you toast the bread, if I can say that. What's inside the cast iron will also cook, which is already cooked, by the way, but the cheese will melt.
I would say, keep an eye on it. Not all ovens are created equal. 5 minutes, maybe tops, is all you really need in the oven just to kind of bring everything together and get those cheeses to melt.
Yeah, the cheese to melt, the cheese to get bubbly, to come over the top a little bit. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, of course, that's what you want, of course. I mean, for a top quality mac and cheese, that's what you want. The look is nice, it's just that there's no carbonara in it. And do you guys put peas in mac and cheese? I don't know. I don't put peas in my mac and cheese.
You want those breadcrumbs to really cook into and top off that mac and cheese so you have that nice crust when you're breaking into it.
All right, now we're going to go back into the oven, pull out those gratin mac and cheese carbonara, and see.
Carbonara. Mac and cheese carbonara, huh?
See how they're doing, see how they're working. Look at that. Bubbly, creamy.
Oh, man. See, I knew you had to make.
They look nice. If you look at them, they look nice. Served in a nice way, and I'm sure they taste good, but I won't call them carbonara for sure. I don't even know if I can call them mac and cheese, because the peas. But I guess it is mac and cheese, yeah.
Two. You can have that. That one's yours. This one's mine. Bon appetit. For me.
Buon appetito. Buon appetito. Bon appetit is French. Buon appetito.
Carbonara. I'm going to finish it off with just a little bit of pepper.
Get in there, creamy. Pretty good.
Not bad, Chef. Not bad at all.
So the first thing that comes out for me is the smell.
It's good to see that these guys love each other. I mean, they work well together, you can tell. There's a good relationship between the two chefs, and that's really good. You don't want to be in a toxic environment when you work in a restaurant. So seeing this, the two chefs getting along and working well together, it's really good, I think. It's blessed, for their kitchen staff.
Smokiness from the pancetta and the combination of the smoky mozzarella with the provolone and the Parmesan for the richness, the egg finishing it.
Yeah,
those are the flavors that
from the
pop.
peas. It all just really comes together, and you get that little bit of bite at the end from the cracked black pepper.
Yeah, okay, but the peas, anyway, this is just, what am I talking about here? But there's no point. Why did you call it carbonara to get the views? Well, it didn't help, because the cheese is mac and cheese carbonara. Nobody is interested in that. Nobody. It's clearly stated. 33,000 views. People are not interested, okay? Now I'm bringing more people to watch this to your channel, and I hope people say, don't do that ever again, okay? But this is just a great mac and cheese. You can call it a great mac and cheese with peas, okay? And you would have done a better job if you did that. If you still have time to remove carbonara from the title and remove the parts where the chef says carbonara or carbonara, like he said, carbonara. But there is no carbonara at all in here. So how much are you charging for this dish? Let me say, do you say it?
And of course, we got that layer of crunch that comes from the breadcrumbs on top.
I love cooking.
Great idea, breadcrumbs on top. It's beautiful.
It's easy steps. It's a great family dish to do at home.
Who doesn't like a mac and cheese? And I think this steps it up just a little bit.
I mean, by adding a little bit of egg doesn't make a carbonara. Anyway, guys, I don't know what to say. It's a good mac and cheese. It's not a bad dish. It's all right, but these controversial titles or whatever you have to do to impress. Why do you have to impress all the time? Just be normal, be yourself. Do something that it's great and the right people will appreciate. To be honest, that's what I've learned in the last 8 years on YouTube. I've got some amazing recipes on my YouTube channel. And some of the best recipes I have, they don't even get the views. And I used to be angry, saying, oh, well, why people don't watch these? What have I done wrong? Maybe it's because I don't think about how to impress you. Or maybe I don't think too much about the marketing. Or maybe I don't think too much about the presentation or whatever, or the title. I just want to do something because I want to share it with you because I love it. hoping that you recreate it. And I get comments from you, emails, messages saying, thank you, your food is so easy to make. Yeah, it should be easy. Your food is accessible for everyone. Yes, kids can make it. My son is not even 3 and he cooks with me. You know what I mean? Like, it should be easy for everyone because food is for everyone. Okay, so the question is, do you like to be in the kitchen and cook? No? Don't worry, don't cook. Do you like to be in the kitchen and cook? Yes, let's do it together. Or do you want to do it once a year just to impress your partner? Let's do it together. I'm here to help you. We can do it. But I don't need to come up with these titles, mac and cheese, carbonara, cake boss, because I don't need that in life, okay? I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I just want to share my love for my food with you. And all I want from you is to send me a comment, write a comment, or say thank you. And that your appreciation is what makes me happy. I don't need any of this crap just to get attention, okay? So please correct the title to mac and cheese with peas. Thank you so much. Guys, I'll see you on the next Vincenzo's Plate reaction video. I hope you enjoyed this one. E ora si mangia mac and cheese with no carbonara ingredients. Thank you. Ciao.